another day of the week. So coming off a losing video there yesterday, 1-2, but the good news, hey, we're hitting at 100% in the NHL playoffs so far. So let's look to keep that going today with my three best bets of the night. We got one for the court, one for the field, one for the ice. Let's get right into the action. We're going to start things off in Boston, where the Bucks are in town to take on the Celtics. We got a total of 215 for this one. Boom! I like the over on this one very much. So this one's all about offensive expectations. Those expectations the teams did not live up to in game one. And as a result of that, I think maybe we're getting a little bit of a discount on this total. So the total was at 218 in game one, and it dropped down to 215. I think that's an overreaction here due to some pretty big outliers we saw in game one of the series here. The team shot a brutal 41.1% for the Bucks and 33.3% for the Boston Celtics. Those are gigantic outliers. I think we can expect to see some improved offense from these teams, considering post All-Star break, they shot 48.7% and 50.1%, so two of the better shooting teams in the NBA here. And the Stars didn't show up in game one. Tatum and Brown combined for just 33 points. I don't know what was going on. Maybe it was a weird Sunday afternoon thing, but just an off game. And like I said, some outlier performances. You take a look at the regular season matchups between these teams, some pretty high scoring games here. We had a 248, a 230, a 220, a 235. And I know you might look at that game one and you say, Joe, they combined for just 190 points in that game. Yeah, but we often see big jumps from game to game here in the NBA. Just look at the Bucks in the first round series versus the Bulls. Game one of that series, they combined for 179 points in game one. That jumped all the way to 224 in game two. So I think we're going to see some improved shooting here tonight. So give me the over in Boston. Next up, we're on the field. A sexy matchup in Toronto where the Yankees are in town. Who do you think I'm going to take here? We got the Blue Jays. Joe Carter right behind me. You're actually wrong. I'm going with the Yankees first 5 innings. You got to go with your head, not your heart, when you're putting your money on the line here. So the Jays can win it, but I like the Yankees to win the first 5. Fantastic number here at plus 120. And the Yankees are absolutely on fire in this spot. 7-1-2 in the first 5 innings over their last 10 games. 14-3-7 overall. That's the second best mark in all of baseball. You take a look at the starting pitching matchup. You might think, hey, Alek Manoah is better than Jameson Taillon. Well, if you're looking at ERA, sure. But dig a little bit deeper. I think this is a wash, and you can maybe even make a case for Taillon here, who has a lower xFIP than Manoah. And Manoah is benefiting from a much lower batting average balls in play. 99 points lower to be exact there. So maybe a bit of a wash, but you take a look at the hitting, it is not a wash. Nobody is hotter at the plate than the New York Yankees. Take a look at the last 2 weeks. They are first overall, both in WRC plus versus both right-handed pitching and overall. Blue Jays hovering around league average in that span. So I'll take the Yankees. Good number there at plus money. And we're going to wrap things up on the ice. It is game one between the Penguins and the Rangers. And you look behind me, you see Kid Crosby lifting the Stanley Cup. Who do you think I'm going to go with in this game? You are wrong. I got to go with my head over my heart. I got to go with the Rangers here at home, minus 126. A big advantage in net. It is all about that man, Igor Shesterkin. Absolutely fantastic at home at Madison Square Garden. A 1.85 goals against average, a 940 save percentage, pretty damn good. And he absolutely owned the Penguins this season. 4 starts against them. He allowed just 4 total goals in those 4 games, god damn it. And the Penguins, they're not going to do DeSmith any favors here. They're allowing way too many shots on net. DeSmith could be in a tough spot, his first ever playoffs start here tonight. The Penguins have actually allowed, over the last 10 games, important games down the stretch of the regular season, they allowed more shots on net than any other team in the NHL, the 6th fewest for the Rangers. So a pretty big defensive advantage overall for New York, and maybe a little bit of a red flag for my Penguins. Some undisciplined play down the stretch. 6th most time spent on the penalty kill, resulting in the 4th most power play goals allowed in that span. A bit of a polar opposite for the Rangers, tied for the fewest power play goals allowed over the last 10 games, with the 3rd fewest minutes spent on the penalty kill. So I hope the Penguins can win the series, but I like the Rangers to pick up the W here tonight. So there you have it, my best bets of the night. Let me know what your best bets of the night are. Make sure you head over to oddshark.com for all the tools, all the stats, all the information you need to make winning picks on game day. Good luck with your bets tonight, unless you are fading me. And as always, keep chasing that paper. Ah!